everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Patricia Bright X Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette. This is a Rich in Life eyeshadow palette, and her face palette. This one is You Are Gold. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. The eyeshadow palette in Rich in Life retails for $25 and the face palette retails for $12. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It's white. It says Patricia Bright here. On the back you do have the ingredients, and then here we have a little picture of what the shades look like. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here's what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like. It's in this tin case, and then when you flip it over to the back, it's gold. It comes in this really sturdy tin case. So let's open this up. Wow, you guys, for $25 it comes with a ginormous mirror. Here's what all 28 shades look like. Wow, it's so beautiful. The quality of the mirror is so good. The mirror is quite heavy for this eyeshadow palette. The shadows feel very light. I do want to read a little bit about this eyeshadow palette on Ulta. It says the Revolution X Patricia Bright Rich in Life eyeshadow palette is packed full of 28 high payoff pigments, encased in gold and lilac metal packaging with Patricia's name embossed on the front. It's the all-in-one palette to take notice of, with a mix of matte, shimmers, and foils, the nudes, neutrals, and color pop shades, including Never Say Never Yellow, Superwoman Pink, and Stay Hydrated Cobalt Blue. Will work from day to after dark. Load up your lids with primer or concealer before to make the eyes pop. Vegan and cruelty free. Let's go ahead and start swatching. The first shade is called Pure Soul. It's so soft in the pan. Here's what that shade looks like. Super pigmented with one swipe. Since we are running out of arm space, I'm going to be swatching the rest of the shades on the right side of my hand. I do want to point out two things about this eyeshadow palette so far. The shade in Perfectionist, which is this one here, it is so soft. It has this putty-like, wet-like texture. It feels so good in the pan. It's creamy, but it feels wet. It's this shade here. It's such a wet feeling, and it's moussey all at the same time. I just love this texture. This shade didn't swatch that great, but look how beautiful it swatches after you build it up. It's such a gorgeous shadow. The other thing that I did want to mention, these shades are so buttery in the pan. The shimmer shadows are so pigmented with one swipe. They're just beautiful shades so far, so let's go ahead and swatch the remainder of the palette. The next shade is called Darlings. Such a beautiful shade. So reflective. The next shade is called You Are Gold. I do want to build up this shade in You Are Gold. There we go. Looks a little bit better now. The next shade is called Diamonds for Breakfast. It has that same putty texture. The next one is called Sweet Like Candy. Again, that same putty formula. It feels so good in the pan. Here's what Sweet Like Candy looks like. The next shade is called Extra AF. I see that moussey texture. I've never felt anything like this. The last shade in the third row is called Date Night. The first shade in the last row is called Angel. The next shade is called Never Say Never, this beautiful yellow shadow. Never Say Never is not that pigmented, so I do want to build it up. The next shade is called Try Me. The next shade is called Superwoman. It's this bright pink shadow. It's a little bit scratchy in the pan. I'm not a huge fan of how this feels. That is so pigmented. It's very vibrant as well. The next shade is called No Drama. Very pigmented. I love that shadow. I'm gonna swatch the last two shades in the palette together. This one is called Risk Taker, and then this blue shade is called Stay Hydrated. Here we have all 28 shades swatched on the back of my hands. Now we're going to create a look using this eyeshadow palette. Taking a fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Brown Sugar. I'm going to blend that all over my crease. I love how the shade in Brown Sugar blended out on my eyelids. Swapping out my brush, I'm going to be taking a tapered blending brush. We're going to dip into the shade Booked and Busy. We're going to be blending that right underneath the shade in Brown Sugar. Taking my finger, we're going to dip into the shade Extra AF. We're going to be applying that all over our lid. We're going to take one more shade, and that's in the shade in You Are Gold. We're going to pop that in our inner corner. So far, I do love the shadows that we did use to create this eyeshadow look. Now we're gonna play with the face palette. Here's a closer look on what the face palette looks like. Let's open this up. You do get 3 different shades. You get a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. It also comes with a mirror. Let's go ahead and swatch this blush. It's very smooth. And then we're gonna swatch the bronzer. And then we have the highlighter. I'm gonna swatch those 3 shades. What the face palette looks like. I'm taking a little bit of this bronzer. I went a little bit overboard using this face palette. I love the blush, I love the bronzer, and I love the highlight. It's very pigmented, so definitely use a light hand with this face palette. It does also come with a good quality mirror. The liquid lip that I did pair with this look is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the shade Mauve. My final thoughts on this eyeshadow palette is that I really do love all the different mattes. I love the shimmer shadows as well. I love the formula, the different textures. This eyeshadow palette retails for $25. It's super affordable, plus you get a great mirror. I do have to play with these eyeshadows a bit more. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.